Alright, hope everybody's having a good one. Welcome to Alchemy League Season 4 Casting with Cookie Pirate. I was not planning on streaming tonight, or doing any casts, and I changed my mind. It just seemed like a really good opportunity. There are still several games that are outstanding, and it's kind of tough to keep up with them. I mean, we've had so many really... I know we're all trying to cast every game that gets played. And there are so many of them, and there are so many good games. I think the quality of the content for this season is higher than it has been for any of the previous seasons of Alchemy League. And, well, we've always had a pretty high bar. But I think this season here, Season 4, is really raising the bar even more. We go ahead and kick off some music here. Here we go. As always, if it's a little bit too... let me bump that down just a little. There we go. Yeah, if it's ever too loud, or other things are too quiet, any little audio adjustments that I need to make, all you need to do is let me know. So, our first set for tonight is not that one. That's our second one. I had it out of order. There we go. Alright. Our first set for tonight is it's going to be Alexander versus Mortis. And these two players are... As I pull up the listing on Discord, you're not going to see it on screen. But I'm looking to see, and these two players are... If I can count right, 9, 10, 11, 12... Okay. Yeah, so they're in the bottom third of the listing. So they're not our highest level players, but that's totally fine. We take players of any skill. And the content that we've seen from players who are not at the top has been on par, and in some cases actually even more entertaining than what we've seen from the highest players in the league. So I never discount anybody based on their ability, or I don't want to say lack thereof, but just a lower ability, maybe a lower skill level, maybe they're newer. Yeah, anybody, no matter what their skill level is capable of playing games and providing really good content for the league, and so we're happy to have anybody of all skill levels. Let's see, no handicap between these players here. Mortis is actually the higher seed, Alexander's the lower. Yep, alright. We got that all set up here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the map draft. So, for round 2... both of these games tonight are round 2, by the way. So the map of the round is going to be Chandelar Lake, made by Zetnist. We've seen this one several times. And, Mortis discards Columbia, Denali, and Utgagvik, and Alex bans Chena Hot Springs, Kenai Peninsula, and Yukon Gold Rush. And that leaves Kodiak as the one remaining map, and so that will be the map for Game 2. Of course, Chandelar Lake being the map for Game 1. Let's take a look at their Civ draft, or Civ bans real quick. So Mortis bans the Spanish, the Georgians, and the Mongols, and Alex bans the Persians, the Byzantines, and the Tatars. Interesting. I can kind of understand the Persian ban. I thought maybe we would see a ban of the Portuguese, given that both of these maps have the potential for a lot of water. Neither of them are nomad, so I'm a little surprised by the choice to ban them. The Mongols, and then the Tatars is one that you just... I'm surprised to see the Tatars banned. Maybe there's some sort of rationale for it that I just don't know. But whatever. That's what it is, folks. Alright, let's go ahead and I will get Game 1 of this set pulled up. And we'll get this going. Okay. Ha! No! Alright, I hit the pause key, because you have to... When you load up Capture Age, you gotta hit the pause button right away. And I hit it, and then somehow, I don't know if I double tapped it or what, but it unpaused. So we're starting 4 seconds in. Not a big deal. Alright, let me go ahead and switch the screen over. Alright, there's a Capture Age view. This is Chandelar Lake. We are on the winter version of this map that we have seen so far in all but one of the games. Gonna go ahead and unpause. We'll cover the players real quick. So Mortis is up here in gray, playing as the Ethiopians. And Alexander is down here in yellow, playing as the Mayans. Alright, this is Chandelar Lake. Of course, this is the winter version of the map, so it's a lake shaped like a boomerang. For anybody that isn't familiar with it. Most of you probably are already. But the map is shaped kind of like a boomerang or an L. Almost in this case, kind of like a horseshoe or a half circle. And it's frozen over. So in the wintertime, the lake freezes. It gets extremely cold up here. In the real world, the temperatures are commonly approaching 20 to 30 below 0 Fahrenheit, which is about 30 to 35 below Celsius. Tech Chariot, welcome, man. Good to have you. The ice freezes over, but then there are little cracks in the ice, and there are a ton of shorefish. There's a rule change that allows you to build only a mill on the ice. You can't just build any building, but you are allowed to build a mill, and the reason for that is so that your villagers don't have to walk all the way back to your town center, or at least all the way to dry land to deposit the shorefish. There are bears on the ice, occasionally in the winter version, but not frequently. They will spawn on land. Usually on the winter version, they spawn on ice, and uh-oh! Uh-oh! Ooh, I'm surprised the bear turned. I want to watch this. And he might actually... I don't know what the bear was doing. It looked like he just ran around in circles. So Mortis hunts his first bear. His second one is over here. And then, of course, 2 more down here for Alexander, the first one and the second one. Occasionally, but not frequently on the winter version, they'll be based on land. On the summer version, of course, they're always on land. winter version of the map, the ice is not navigable or dockable, so that means no naval combat, no fishing ships, and there are only shore fish. On the summer version, of course, the lake is thawed out, and there are plenty of deep water fish, and you see a lot of naval activity. So here, on the winter version, it's really a land map. In the sense of, you're able to walk across the ice. There's no water in terms of building a dock or ships. You do have a lot of unbuildable terrain, not counting mills. It is otherwise unbuildable. In the summer version is really a very good example of a hybrid map. Plenty of water, but also plenty of land, and land is generally where the action is going to be. On the winter version, this is important to point out, and we've talked about this a couple times. The players start close together, and actually this is a really good separation for these players here. Just a really good natural kind of arrangement of the forest that makes it very easy to wall off, and as you can see, Alexander has done that. House and a couple palisade walls to block this gap, and then it's very easy to wall here and down to here if he chooses to do so. Over here's a little more open, but definitely it's not an onerous task to wall to the edge of the map and then over here. However, walling is less effective on the winter version because you can't build walls over the ice unless you just want to build a wall of mills, and that's pretty impractical. And your opponent can just walk across the ice and send units around. I heard the Eagle Scout under attack, and I don't... Oh, it's up here. Oh.
Shot him.
Was he maybe getting attacked by these villagers as he might have come by and tried to harass them at the woodline? Or maybe... Oh yeah, look at this here. We have Mortis' eagle chasing Alexander's, and he takes a whack at him. And he's retreating, but Mortis is actually following him through, but it looks like they break away there. We have a barracks right here from Alexander, and I'm curious what we're gonna see. It's a mining camp on the gold there for Mortis. So anyway, if we call this the inner edge of the lake, both players have clicked up, by the way. The outer edge of the lake does provide a little bit of extra room, a little bit of safety away from the chaos that can happen over here. However, again, you can just walk across the ice. So it isn't as good of a natural barrier as the lake is on the summer version, which actually forces units to go the long way around. Or load up transport ships and sail across. Mortis is the first to hit Feudal Age at right about the 10-minute mark, and Alexander about 40 seconds behind him. Ah, yes, okay. Yeah, it's just a... Oh, hold on. Yep, look at this, we have militiamen. And he goes up to try to harass these villagers, and... Oh, is he actually going to get one? Nope, they're fighting back. And Alexander hits Feudal now as well.
Ow.
These villages are loomed.
Shot him.
Alexander's are as well. Okay. But we see this eagle and the militiamen coming back forward. Are they going to sneak around to the other side of the wood line? It actually looks like he's partially walled this off. That eagle's not... Oh! Alexander loses his eagle. And that means this one's going to be able to escape. As they outrun militiamen. And Mortis here actually has an archer. I imagine we'll see a couple others. It's not aiming very well. As I say, well, nope. Mortis does lose his eagle as well, but this guy only has 4 HP left. I was gonna say he's not aiming very well because he's only a feudal age archer. And he's in motion. But take a look, Alexander has archers of his own, and it's archer versus archer. And this is an archer matchup. Of course, different Ethiopians and the Mayans. I'm not all that familiar with the Ethiopians. I like the Mayans. Now we have more archers. One goes down. That one's probably going to go down too. Yep. So Mortis able to stave off that attack there. And now we see skirmishers. Because we've seen archers, I imagine that we'll see skirmishers to better counter those. You don't really want to have to kill archers with archers. Because it's expensive if you lose them. So skirmishers, trash unit, more affordable way of disposing of enemy archers. And then when you get siege units, once you get to the castle age and build a siege workshop, siege is actually even more effective. But I like skirmishers a lot. They're one of my favorite units in the game. And yeah, so both players going archers and skirmishers. We've got, of course, we saw those, and we're seeing, well, at least one. Okay. One skirmisher from Alexander here. Let's see what's going on the ice. Or, that was a delayed. I was gonna say, okay, or maybe not. But no, Alexander loses that villager. And he's gonna lose another one if he's not careful. Yep. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. 3, holy cow. That is 3 villagers now that he's lost. And that is costly. You know, at first, this villager just walked up to start cast netting fish. The bear was right there, and I'm like, that's really weird. The bear's not attacking. And then all of a sudden, so that was 3 villagers that he lost there. Now take a look up here. We've got a little bit of action, and it's some archers and skirmishers kind of trading with each other. And the overall kill to death is 8 to 8, not counting the 3 villagers that that just got killed by the bear. Now we take a look over here. Vil fighting. And that was, I believe, was that an archer or a militiaman that went down? There's an archer that went down. And some more archers coming forward, and there's a skirmisher with them. Take a look over here. Oh man, so Alexander actually sends an archer to harass these villagers. And now Mortis is actually sending archers of his own. And I think he takes down a skirmisher. Now, so this is interesting. Now we've got these guys going up over here to... Oh, it's a house. I thought it was going to start maybe taking stone, but... no. So these players are both heavily invested into archers on... or feudal age archers, I should go ahead and say. And neither player is really anywhere close to clicking up. Mortis does have the gold, does not have the food. Alexander's not close with either one. They both do have the buildings, though. There's another mill coming up. And Mortis is going to keep an archer and a skirmisher, and it looks like another skirmisher coming up. To, and another archer is coming over to maybe kind of be a forward line for any more units that Alexander may send up. Is it, okay, the second bear is over here, and then Alexander's second bear is here. These villagers are still harvesting from the first bear. And we've got action over here. It's more archers and skirmishers, and man, Alexander is losing a good number of units kind of over here, but it looks like he was actually trading better kind of over here. or wherever that action was taking place. It wasn't in the same spot. Oh, and one other thing to point out on this map, there are wolves. Wolves are much less dangerous than the bears, though. Just typical predators. Oh, look at this. That's a lot of archers. And the skirmishers counter archers, but with that many... Yeah, I think he needs to be careful here. Because these skirmishers hard counter archers. And... with only the 3, I think he would have been able to take them. But he's lost. In my opinion, he's lost way more than he needed to by diverting and trying to harass the villagers. Deal with the skirmishers, and then you can harass the villagers. Alexander has lost all but 2 of his archers right now. And he's bringing up another one. He does have his Eagle Scout. Although this may not be his original one. In fact, it's not his original. The Mayans can build more Eagle Scouts. All players, no matter what civ, start with an Eagle Scout on this map. However, of course, the Mesoamerican civs can build more. And the eco... everything is still 0, other than the villagers that Alexander lost to the bear. But the overall kill to death is pretty much equal. 30 to 30... okay, 31 to 32. And now it's dead even. This watchtower goes up. And this is really going to help Mortis secure his gold, which is much needed as he is investing into archers. Alexander has clicked up, and he's over halfway to castle. He's got about a minute to go. Mortis is just about there. Yep, there we go. He clicks up now. And as he's taking gold, we have the watchtower, we see some farms going down. Let's see what's going on over here. An archery range. Maybe a little bit more, I'm not going to call it forward, but it's just in a different location where he can build up some more resources. Maybe maybe for a sneak attack, or maybe just to have more units over here to defend in case Alexander tries to come across the lake again. Really trying to establish himself a good fishing eco. 3 mills. I really like the spacing of these. We've seen a couple times on this map where some players will build mills really close together, and it seems like that isn't always necessary. I like the placement over there. Take a look at this. Archers on this mining camp, but all the villagers have been pulled away. Alexander hitting castle is getting thumb ring and an upgrade to crossbowman. He already has bodkin arrow. He has padded archer armor for his archers and his skirmishers. And Mortis just about, yep, just under 30 seconds from hitting castle. He has fletching and padded archer armor. And here's the watchtower. Actually, his village is garrisoned in the watchtower. And he hits castle now. And there's a lot of crossbowmen kind of attacking this market. I think Mortis should build a siege workshop and be able to produce some siege units. Let's see what Alexander set up. We really haven't looked down here because there hasn't really been much action on his side of the map. But he has 1, 2, 3 archery ranges. Now he has a siege workshop, town center. That was his setup on the gold there. This is his starting one, so 2 TCs. Mortis only with 1 so far. Watchtower. 1, 2, 3 archery ranges. And another watchtower over here is actually attacking this house. Look at that. This watchtower is actually attacking the house, and the house is below half HP, down to about a third. And if Alexander does not catch that, then that could be a really, really unpleasant surprise for him. because that will give Mortis a free pass directly to Alexander's base without having to go around the edge of the lake or out on the ice. And this is practically undefended. So if he is able to breach through here, he can basically go straight for Alexander's main base, dive it, and really screw him up. We have Watchtower. This is a university. He's getting ballistics for his archers, and presumably his skirmishers. And when I see, oh, take a look at this, crossbowman versus crossbowman. Here's a build-up, and there's a trade. And I think Mortis is going to win this fight. He is. He did. And it's... I don't think there's a terrain advantage there. I just think he came in with more units. Maybe better micro. I don't know. But yeah, that was costly for Alexander. And Mortis building a very aggressive castle. As this is going to take the... well, with Bodkin Arrow, if he goes up to Bracer, then it will put this archery range in range of the castle fire. Ooh! Oh, we do have a mangonel, and the mangonel just took out a crossbowman. Well, we need to watch that there, because these crossbowmen actually can take down the mangonel. And Alexander's archers, his crossbowmen, are actually firing at the castle. The mangonel's firing at the castle. And if the villager's trying to build it, the mangonel goes down. This castle's gonna go up, although it's costing... Yeah, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Holy cow. Yep, that cost him 6 villagers, and actually... Oh my gosh. Say it isn't so? Did he really deny this castle? Nope, nope. He's getting the last couple percent there. Nope, villager got taken off of it. His castle was at 95.4%. Okay, nope, yep. It gets it cleaned up. The castle goes up, and I see him dropping a siege workshop. His castle's creating Shotel warriors. Yes, we get to see some Shotel warriors. So he's going from archery into Shotel warriors. And crossbowmen. And I've thought for a minute this castle was not going to go up, but it did, but it was costly. It cost Mortis 7 villagers. Another mangonel, more crossbowmen from Alexander. Has this been breached yet? No, it has not. That's close. And I'm sure Alexander has to know about it. Oh, absolutely, he has to know about it, but it looks like he's not really even paying any attention. Doesn't seem to matter. Oh, take a look down here. Shotel warriors coming in. And one goes down, and it looks like he got a villager. I just think Alexander does not... I mean, he sees it. He has line of sight on it. I don't think he realizes how bad that can be for him. He doesn't seem too concerned about it. Oh, but take a look at here. Alexander building a defensive castle to protect his archery ranges. The mangon... Oh! Wow, what a shot. These two mangonels actually traded with each other and took each other out that shot. Oh, crossbowmen down.
Ow.
Fair bit of damage to those. The mangonel getting a pretty good shot on them. Somebody's getting attacked by a wolf, I think. I don't see it. Maybe it was as he was pulling back from over here. Oh yes, we see plumed archers, Mayans. I love the plumed archers. Alexander's clicked up to Imperial. Mortis isn't far off, he just needs a little bit more gold. He has the food. Plumed archers. I love the plumed archers. They're fast. And they're pretty good. He needs to protect these, so that means a lot of siege units to counter any other archers or skirmishers, perhaps, that Mortis may make to try to deal with those plumed archers. House is 44 HP. That's about to go down. But you know what I wonder too is there's the possibility he could totally be fine if Mortis doesn't realize that this house is about to go down. But I have a feeling he does, because take a look at this. He's building a very forward siege workshop right here. I almost feel like this is a countdown on New Year's Eve. 17, 16, 15, 14, etc. As the HP is just trickling away for this house to go down, thanks to the watchtower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the house goes down. And here is a mangonel that's ready to move through, and this is going to be a very... Oh! He got a hit on the villager, and those two got badly damaged. That one missed. But, if Alexander didn't know, he does now, and if he did know and didn't care, I think he's going to care now. Yep, and you see a castle going forward here. On his side, but definitely forward to try to be able to put a stop to Mortis being able to send anything through this gap. Alexander and Mortis have both hit Imperial. We see chemistry coming up. And let's take a look at the upgrades. So Bodkin Arrow, and Alexander has leather archer armor, and Mortis only has padded for now. But I hear trebuchets. And that is from Alexander trying to shred this castle here. But now Mortis has a trebuchet of his own. And it looks like he's going to try to take down. Is he going to treb this castle? Yeah, I would imagine at least so. Although I wondered if maybe he would treb the treb. Mortis is trying to keep his up and repair. Now these, you need to be careful. Oh! Yeah, nope. Plumed archer. Oh, we have some crossbowmen over here. But they're going down to this massive crossbowman right here. I don't really see any other plumed archers. And I'm wondering what Alexander may have done with them. Oh, they're up here. Holy cow, they are up here. How'd they make it through all that? Take a look at this. He's on this gold mine. Villagers just starting to drop like flies over here. And they're quickly running into Garrison, into this town center. He needs to keep these plumed archers away. He does have a little bit of defense with the leather archer armor. Bodkin Arrow. Here comes Bracer and Handcart. I would say get the ring archer armor. Hello, Mr. Arbalest. Or no, it's only a crossbowman. Never mind. From that angle, I thought that had upgraded to Arbalester. And yeah, he dropped pretty quick. More Vil kills over here. These plumed archers are in. Skirmishers are not gonna really do. Does need to be careful of the watchtower. But yeah, an unupgraded skirmisher is not going to do anything against these plume archers. Castle here looks like it's going to go down. Alexander is desperately trying to keep it. Just looks like it's going to go down though. Now Mortis did lose his here. He's got 3 trebuchets. And it looks like Alexander lost his. Or did he just... Yeah, he may have packed it and moved it. Oh, I thought he had more than one in place. Yep, castle goes down. And we have some eagles and plumed archers moving in. Now, he does need to be a little bit careful here. He's going to be able to pick skirmishers off with these pretty easily, but separated like that, Yep, that's the Eagles are working on the skirmishers, so that's a good use of the Eagles to come forward and take these. Now, these plumed archers, I have a feeling could actually snipe these. I don't know if he's got enough to do it, but I've seen plumed archers snipe trebuchets, take them down easily. Now they're running across the ice, and I think to his disappointment, he's not going to find any villagers out here, as all of these fish have been collected. There's only a couple kind of out over here that haven't been taken. This game is going 47 minutes. This is one of the longer games that I've seen on this map. And I'm actually really glad to see that. It's been close. It's been competitive. Alright. We've got castles trading with each other. Siege Workshop is badly damaged. It's going to treb the castles. I'm sure they're going to treb each other. Maybe we'll see some treb the trebs. I don't know. Nah, they're all going for castles. Okay. Still watchtowers. Yeah, the watchtowers really aren't all that important now. I always like to see when players invest into towers, I like to see them upgrade to guard towers and keeps if able. But yeah, I mean, they really are not serving too much purpose in the game right now. They were earlier, but they've basically just been rendered not obsolete per se, because they are still providing a little bit of defensive purposes, but they're really not relevant. Now we're seeing an upgrade from Eagle Scout to Eagle Warrior for Alexander. I like that. Eagle's good units. Plumed archers. I love these things. I really, and I'm not as big on the Mayans as I am, say, the Vietnamese, or well, actually no. I would say of the civs where they have really good archers, I would probably say I like the Mayans second. Now we have Elite Eagle Warriors. Wow. And yeah, Bracer, still no ring archer armor. Yeah, I would say I probably like the Mayans second, just below the Vietnamese and archers, because I like the Radin archers and the Imperial skirmishers. And look at this, the plumed archers. Oh, and that's costly. Picking off these bombard cannons. And some crossbowmen kind of here to deal with these. Oh, but the plumed archers are actually starting to go down, and that's costly. These units are not cheap. And 3 trebs coming forward. And Alexander's castle goes down. Mortis survives. And all of a sudden, you know, when I looked a few minutes ago, Alexander had a 1,200 point lead. Now he only has about a 400. Now it's kind of all over the place. 400, 500, 600 points. But it looks like Mortis is actually closing the gap a bit. Now we're seeing chainmail armor, probably for the Eagles, and we are getting El Dorado. And I don't think it's El Dorado that makes them shoot or throw a second projectile. I think that's the other one. Javelinas or something like that, or whatever it's called. There's Arbalester. Now we have Arbalesters for Mortis here. Elite Eagle Warriors, crossbowmen, iron casting, and oh, look at this! A lot of eagles, but these Arbalesters. I need to be careful here because these eagles are going down, here and there. And these Arbalesters are pushing forward. Look at this. Alexander's lost his starting town center. It was right here. So he has 1, 2, 3. And what's going on over here? He's got villagers back here. Maybe to set up for some wood. On the far side of the lake. Take a look at all of these. A lot of mills. So he's still really investing into the fish. And there's not much fish remaining. Only kind of this portion of the lake here. So I would say about half of the lake has been fished out. These Elite Eagle Warriors kind of starting to run rampant now. Watchtower. They could dive this Watchtower and take it down. But take a look at this. Now we have Shotel Warriors, and here are some skirmishers. Elite skirmishers. As we see, the Eagles have run in, but it looks like they're actually trying to fight back. Villagers are going down. I haven't seen any Eagles go down to the villagers yet. But these Arbalesters and Elite Skirmishers are kind of helping to focus up. But I mean, he's got a bunch of villager kills right there. Up, 2 Eagles go down, the 3rd one escapes. And he's up here on the wood line. Oh, that villager goes down. But he's still in range of all of the Arbalesters and Skirmishers. And he goes down too, but he killed right in there. It looked like he killed... Oh gosh, I want to say anywhere between 10 and 15. Right up here, just with those Eagles. And the Arbalesters are coming forward. Alexander is still with a 500-point score lead. And he's built back up pretty safe down here. And he has transitioned into, definitely Eagles. As you look at all the barracks here, here's a university. I'm not really sure if... Are there any more archery ranges on the map? Well, he's got these 2 here. One's about to go down. Or, well, in grave danger. It's not actively being attacked. And he does have the one here. Still 3 TC. And 3 TC for Mortis as well. And now, take a look at this. We have Light Cav, and I believe I just saw Bloodline. No, not Bloodlines. That's X'd out. Husbandry. And take a look over here. These Arbalesters. Are these still crossbowmen? These are still crossbowmen. Yeah, just kind of wondering. I don't know why they're doing that. I wonder if he's actually trying to scout out to see if he can land any resources. And this looks like he could send a few villagers over to set up a mining camp here. Possibly up here too. Maybe tougher to get away with this one. I want to see his Has Mortis scouted any? No, he has not. So he doesn't know any of this exists. So Alexander realistically could send units over to set up camp. He could even build a town center right here if he wanted to. I don't know the value of that, but maybe it would be decent. If we take a look back over here, let's see. And yeah, carnage. Look at this, ton of Eagles. And yes, we have plumed archers back. And another trebuchet. And this is just carnage. These Eagles are running in, diving these, and the plumed archers are just kind of sticking back, sniping what they can. Whatever the Eagles are not getting to. And we are at the 1 hour mark. This game is... This is now the longest game I've seen on this map. In fact, this is the longest game in the entire season of this league so far. This is the only game that I've seen that's broken the hour mark. Plumed Archer's cleaning up its Scorpion, and yeah, he does need to be careful of that. But the Scorpion gets dived pretty quickly. Shotel Warriors, and did we just see some men-at-arms or longswordsmen? I couldn't even click on it, it dropped. Definite Shotel Warrior. Is there anything coming up from the barracks? I'm looking to see. Trying to keep that castle up as the trebuchet's working on taking it down. The plumed archer's picking off anything that tries to move forward to dive the treb. And Mortis is out of stone, can no longer repair the castle. So we may need to see some market abuse. Just take a look at this though. He's got He's got a lot on gold, but he doesn't have much. He's got a lot on food, but doesn't have much. He's got a bunch of wood to spare. Oh, yeah, no, take a look at this. So I do like this. Alexander actually did send some villagers over to build a castle to guard this, and is taking gold over here. And he could come forward and do the same thing and get access to stone. And by doing that, he would deny Mortis any stone remaining on the map. Which I think there's basically none. You take a look in here, and it's just diving this forward siege workshop. It goes down, and the eagles and plumed archers, I think, are going to go try to find something else to do. They're coming up here. Castle fire. And it looks like he may have got heated shot. Nope, Mortis calls the GG right there. Wow. Alexander ran a bit ahead there. What an action-packed game. This one was long. Look at some of these numbers here. 38 minutes idle TC time, hour 21 for Alexander. But their idle eco percentages were both high. 7% compared to 6.4%. Just look at this setup. All of these stables. I don't know what Mortis was going for. But it just... I think he was exhausted from resources, pretty much. And he had everything he could taking gold and stone, and then all the stone was gone. And I don't think he had any... Yeah, they were all surrounded on that. So he was about to run out of gold. From what I could see. Although if he had just come out and explored, he never did look at any of this, I don't think. Yeah, he would have never seen this gold. He never saw any of that down. He may have seen this. Just in passing. And yeah, these villagers were going forward to set up a town center, so doing exactly what I thought would be a good idea. Not necessarily, or not necessary though, as Mortis called the GG in one. Now take a look at stats here. 110 Arbalester compared to 82 Crossbowmen. So, Archer line was the most created for both players. And if you look at the kill to death, 193 to 290, so Alexander getting more kills. And also the villager kills, you can see a pretty big swing in that, although they both collected a similar number of resources. Take a look into here. Military score, big difference there. Mortis actually had the better eco score. Alexander had the higher technology score, and the castle's 5-2. And that is your overall final score for the game. Talked about the kill to death and the eco kill to death. But look at this. Raised to destruction. 19-5. I don't think we ever saw any monks. We did not see any monks. I don't think we ever saw... Yep, okay, yeah, no, Alexander did get one relic and got 71 gold for it. Probably very late, as both players realized that gold was becoming very scarce. Back here, here's your army high. 55 to 41, ton of military units created by both players. And this is close. Their resource collection was very close. Mortis pulled in more wood. Alexander pulled more food. Mortis pulled more gold. And Alexander pulled more stone. Actually, by a lot. All the rest of these were relatively close. And we did talk about the relic gold. And Alexander... this is interesting. I want you to take a look at this. This is interesting. Alexander was a little bit ahead here on resource collection the entire way up until mid-late Imperial. So, they hit Castle, he's up ahead. They hit Imperial, he's up ahead. And Mortis actually flattened right here, basically, for a short time. And then he actually picks back up and overtakes Alexander in resource collected, and then they're basically on par the entire rest of the game. It's really interesting. Neither player Zico got shut down. So I think it's a matter of resource exhaustion. Mortis lost a lot of costly units. Alexander did too, but Mortis more so. Here's their times. 40-second difference into feudal. 2.5 minute, a little over 2 minute actually for castle. Alexander ahead, and a 40-second difference in imperial. And there's your exploration. Of course, Mortis didn't explore quite as much, and I think he would have done well to explore the outer edge of the lake, as Alexander did, and ultimately was able to go for those resources, although ultimately not necessary due to the time of the GG. And there's your research count and percentage, villager highs, and your castles. We are going on to game 2, and I am starting to think that how long this one was, I might not, or maybe I shouldn't have chosen to cast 2 sets tonight, but you know what, I've already got it. I don't have to work tomorrow, so we're gonna. Let's go ahead and pull the second map up. And it is Kodiak. And we're on the winter version of Kodiak. Unlike Chandelar Lake and Utgjagvik, which was the map of the round for week 1, or round 1 I should say, seasonal variation on Kodiak does not change the way the map is played. I'm going to go ahead and let the game roll. We have Alexander in yellow, he's playing as the Italians. Mortis is playing as the Goths, up in gray. Zetnus made Chandelar Lake, did a fantastic job with it. I've said this a number of times, and I won't hesitate to say it again. He deserves a lot of praise for that map. That is my favorite map this season. Although there are a couple others that really get close. Utgjagvik, which is actually the map contest winner, and Chandelar Lake won second. Those are my 2 favorites. But I'm really proud of the work that all of the map makers this season did. And I made Kodiak, and I think it looks pretty good, but I am going to be critical of it at times, and I'll point out things as I see them. Kodiak actually got 3rd place in the map contest, and I was not happy about it, because I did not think it was. I don't think it deserved 3rd place. There were other maps that scored lower that I believe should have been scored higher than this. But usually, one person is his own biggest self-critic. Or, well, his own biggest critic, I should say, because, well, yeah, his self-critic is self-explanatory. Well, you know what I mean. I do like this generation of this map. Last time it was played, I was very upset with how the generation of it went. I was like, I can't believe I said there. I never intended for it to be like that. It did something wonky. This is good. The map is divided by a mountain range, and players start on each side, and it is heavily forested, and you have a couple choices to get to your opponent. You can either go on water, you can go around the edge-ish of the map, or you can go up over the mountain pass. And it is difficult, but not impossible to get over that way. Although it looks very difficult on this one. It seems more constricted than in sometimes past. And I'm not a overly huge fan of the winter version of this map. Just the way. Nobody's seen it yet. We may see it, since this is going to be the map of the round for round 3. But there are a couple other variations that I like better than the winter one. I'm looking forward to seeing. Alright, anyway, enough about the map. Let's talk about what the players are doing. We have Alexander setting up as a dock, and I like his choice of Italians here. Italians are decent on water. And another archer civ. Of Of course, you have the condottieri, but you also have the Genoese crossbow. And then up here, Mortis has not docked. I'm surprised by that. He is playing as the Goths, but I'm still a little bit surprised at this late. Now, a couple things about this. There are a pretty good number of bears on this map. As the Kodiak bear was actually my inspiration for the idea of being able to have bears get food or provide food, so kind of hunting. There are also a lot of berry bushes, and a lot of the time you might see a bear near a berry bush because bears like berries. Bears are not carnivores. A lot of people think that. Bears are omnivores. They like to eat meat, but they also like to eat berries. So we set that up. There are some huntables, and of course you get your geese or cows. But there are not a whole ton of options for food otherwise. Beyond getting like some, I mean, there's enough wood where you can definitely sustain farming, but there are so many fish on this map, and it just, I'm baffled as to why Mortis is not docking to try to take fish. It's free food. And there's a ton of wood to sustain a good fishing eco. And we've got some action up here. It looks like the eagles are chasing each other around. Okay, now he is building a dock. Alright, I see. It's late, but he is getting on water now. Okay. Alexander has clicked up to feudal. About a minute and a half out. So we're gonna see about a 10:30 time.
Yeah.
And the eagles are still busy duking it out. And the deer are like, I'm getting out of here. And they need to be careful of the bear up here. Both of these are fairly low health, especially Alexander's. And the bear will chase military units. Although in that case right there, I guess it decided not to. Maybe it just didn't linger long enough. But I have seen the bears go for military units. And these guys are... Oh, holy cow, okay. So Alexander loses his. And, Mortis has 3 HP to spare. Hey! He survived. That's 2 HP more than you need. Alright, Alexander hits feudal. Mortis still has... Okay, he does now. I was gonna say he hadn't even clicked up, but he did right then and there. But that's gonna be like a 2.5 minute lead time for Alexander. And let's see what he's doing. Cutting wood, picking berries, and he's got 3 on gold. Looks like we might see a typical go for, no, I'd say this isn't really quite fast castle, although I think that would be kind of what he'd be aiming to go for. No military buildings. Not that I see, I mean, docks. Well, he does have a navy. Okay. Yep. Couple war galleys, presumably to go up and check out what Mortis is doing. And he's set up a dock and he's got 3 fishing ships. Yeah, he's got 3 over here. So, on this map, I set it up so that there are shore fish in the shallow water. And then immediately after that, you have medium water with some scattered salmon. And then the deep water, you have a lot of red snapper. Which they provide the same amount of food. Each patch of these. But in the deep water, the red snappers are actually placed closer together. So, your best ability to get fish is going to be in the deep water if you can sail to it. But I generally don't really see people go for that. They seem content just taking the salmon in the medium water. So, if I wanted to get people to take more deep water fish to go out and have to fish, is just reduce the amount of salmon in the medium water. And probably increase the deep water, because the deep water is not consistent. It just depends on the terrain configuration. Like, over here there's a lot, but over here, not, because there's less deep water. So, there's that aspect of the map. And yes, there's a fishing ship that goes down. That's the first eco kill of the game. Alexander sinking one of Mortis's fishing ships. And Mortis is actually up into castle earlier by a little over a minute. So it actually looks like Mortis pulled off the fast castle. Excuse me. Yep. I've got 6 fishing ships over here, 7 now, 8 now. Okay. That produced there, and a villager cast netting the shorefish. So Alexander investing heavily in. I mean, he hasn't built a single farm. Doesn't need to. He's actually still picking berries. And got a very well-established fishing eco now. I think he's gonna need some stuff to protect it. Yeah, that looks like he does over there. Yeah, it's just the fire galley continuing to burn Mortis's dock. And yeah, we got fire galleys. Quite a lot of fishing established right here. And Alexander hits castle about a minute and 10 seconds after Mortis does. Both players are castle now. And we have a... Holy cow. That's a very, very aggressive castle drop. And... yeah, Alexander has archers out. And he's actually trying to fight to stop this castle from going up, but that's just... no, you've got to go for the villagers. This castle's gonna go up, and that is bad news for Alexander. That's... yeah. Well, he did get some Vil kills. It looks like he's taken out 6 of Mortis's. I don't know where he lost the 7th. Maybe a bear. We see that a lot. Villagers going down to the bears. And that bear is dead. And that actually would be my guess, is that Mortis probably lost one to the bear as he passed over this mountain pass to try to set the castle up. But the bear is dead, and he sets up a mill right here to be able to harvest the meat. That's good. I like that utilization of the food. And it's also well protected by this castle. And we have a Huscarl. And this mountain range. I said range. I knew, I'm looking at it. It's an archery range, not a mountain range. My gosh, it's a range, both of them are. You know what I meant. I'm tired. Yeah, just content burning down the dock. Just sitting up there. Alexander trying to wall behind the archery range that's about to go down. The Huscarl's actually taking it down. But we have a monk. The monk working on getting a conversion on these Huscarls. But the Huscarls garrison in the castle and basically deny the conversion. But he's going to try again. Nope. And a siege workshop. That's very aggressive. That is really aggressive, in fact. We have Alexander taking stone, and I imagine it's this so that he would be able to get a counter castle. Or maybe he's going to try to find a way to get around and get into Mortis's base. Mortis actually has more idle TC time, but less idle eco percentage. And yeah, oh, you know what? Yep, they broke through here, and these Huskarls are in. And both of these monks are dead. Villager gonna go down? Maybe? Yep, she goes down. Oh. Wow. And is that it? Yes, it is. It's a Scorpion actually firing at that villager. So Alexander's eco is very heavily disrupted right here with Mortis in. Setting up a mining camp to be able to take these piles of stone and the gold nearby. Couple more Scorpions. Was looking to see if Mortis had built a monastery. Hasn't. Excuse me. There's another town center, and it's coming under fire from this Scorpion. And the Scorpion went for the monk and missed. And the monk is actually garrisoned in the TC. And another, even more aggressive castle coming up for Mortis. Holy cow. I mean, this is greedy. I mean, this castle puts both of these town centers in range. And, yeah, actually, holy cow. He actually gets a conversion on 2 Huskarls. But yeah, that castle's going up. There's really nothing he can do about it. Take a look. They're actually having them up here. So the converted Huskarls actually get taken to try to destroy the Scorpion. The Scorpion does go down, but the Huskarls also do. And yeah. Taking gold there. Another conversion. And the Huskarls are actually back over here too. Monk down. Conversions, yep. Huskarls are going down. Carnage over here in Alexander's base. There's a very defensive castle coming up. And here is another monastery. Nope, no, this was the original. No! I think this was the original monastery that he built. But he does get this one up, and he has 2 relics. And there are 5 on the map. The third one is still... yeah, it's on the line, so to speak. And the 4th one is here, the 5th one is here, both of them very safe in Mortis territory. But that's good, he does go get the 2 on his side, and is able to guarantee at least a little bit of gold income from that. But this town center is about to go down, as the castle arrows and the Scorpion, and... no, they're going over to here. The Mangonels are targeting this one. The Huskarls are running over here to target this. Both of these TCs about to go down. Wow. 2 TCs fall within about a second of each other. And the Mangonels now working on taking these houses down. We have Alexander clicked up to Imperial. Sanctity. kind of wondering, look at this, another very greedy castle. This is incredible. And Alexander actually just taking his villagers over to try to fight the ones building the castle. And I'm wondering, he actually may have a little bit more luck stopping this. It looks like Alexander's villagers over here. Oh, nope, never mind, because there's Huskarls over here. Yeah, there's a lot of villagers. This castle's going up. Alexander's in big trouble. It's taking him off of this wood. It's taking him off of this gold. It's threatening this TC. And a house. Lumber camp here. But he really doesn't have anywhere else to go. Maybe a little bit. Nope, no, he can't go over this way. He really... Yeah, Alexander's in big trouble. Really doesn't have anywhere else that he can go. Yeah, take a look at this. We do have a trebuchet. Now it's time to start taking castles down. And Mortis is only still castle. In fact, he's not even close to going up. He has most of the gold needed, but he doesn't have any of the food needed. And that might be a little bit of a saving hand for Alexander. Because his units are superior. He can take down the castles. Mortis is working desperately to keep this this castle up. But trebuchets are going to take it down, and because Mortis isn't anywhere near clicking up, he's not going to get to Imperial for a while. And he's not going to be able to get the trebuchets to counter them, so he's going to need something to take these trebuchets out closer, and it's going to be very difficult. Or is it? Because, yeah, take a look at this. Now we have these Huskarls that just dive the trebs, and they go down like hotcakes. Wow. And the Mangonel is just taking out this town center here. Oh, wow. Yeah, would you look at that? Alexander does not have a single town center left standing on the map. He does have the resources to build another one. But is there any reasonable place that he can drop one? Can't really put one here because of the castle, unless you can get the trebs to take it down. But take a look at this. He's got condotieros coming out of this castle. And it looks like the condotieros are actually cleaning up the Huskarls fairly well. Trebuchet is finally taking this castle down. And it seems like Mortis has actually just abandoned it. Leaving it to its fate, not worth continuing to try to repair it, as I think he feels it accomplished what it was intended to do. And more scorpions over here, and yeah, still not anywhere near clicking up. So does Mortis think he doesn't need to go up to win this? I don't know. Because with Imperial, and Alexander having the trebuchets and the condotieros to protect them, I think he's able to turn the tides and kind of even back out and get a chance to rebuild. Alexander has actually passed Mortis in score. He was down for much of the game. That castle goes down, of course. They're going to move forward into here. You do have Huskarls, but the condotieros go up, and it doesn't look like either of them want to take that fight. The trebuchets can come forward. Monks are coming forward. And I imagine they're going to move. try to take this castle down too. If this castle goes down, I think that's going to be a pretty significant blow to Mortis, because that's a lot of resources placed into this, and he really did do a good job of causing a major disruption to Alexander. But by not being able to go up into Imperial in a timely manner, and just letting your opponent be in Imperial for all of this time, it's basically giving him a chance to get back ahead. And that's what's happening. Alexander now has about a 400-point lead over Mortis. This game's starting to run fairly long, too. 41-minute mark. And the Condotieros come in and actually take out the Mangonel, and they take out the Huskarls, and no murder holes, so they're actually able to move in and just take this castle down. Yeah. A couple of the Condotieros go down, but he also just moves in and takes out that Scorpion. Villagers coming in to repair. And honestly, I think the Condotieros are just able to kind of keep the villagers from successfully repairing the castle. With the Trebuchets on it, the Condotieros in. Yeah, this castle's gonna go down. GG. Well played. Good luck. You post. I'm off to bed, Mortis calls it. Wow. So Alexander wins that as well. 2-0. He sweeps the set. And for most of this game, Mortis was ahead. I thought Alexander was toast at a couple points, but he was just able to hold on. And yeah, with the destruction of the castle, and Mortis stuck in the castle age with his opponent, Imperial. Yeah, they're... I don't know. I was about to say Mortis lost this game more than Alexander won it, but I think we've got to give really a lot of credit to Alexander, because he was just about knocked out and was just able to stay alive just barely enough to not, you know, to not lose, and then was able to kind of push back and clear out what Mortis had done, and able to secure the win and sweep the set. Take a look at their idle time. 21 minutes compared to 10, and 5.9% compared to 2.9% for Mortis. And yeah, Alexander though just did collect way more resources. The kills to deaths and the eco kills to deaths actually favored Mortis substantially. And I'm going to maintain that staying in castle like this is what cost Mortis his victory, because he had this game won. And by not ever going up to Imperial to be able to counter what Alexander was doing, he lost it. So let's go ahead and take a look at the stats real quick. 41 Condotieros compared to 46 Huskarls, so they're actually pretty even in that regard. Not even, but close. Military scores were very close, and Mortis actually had the military score lead. Eco and technology definitely going to Alexander. Mortis had 3 castles compared to 2, and there's your overall score. Military, we talked about this. But then the raise to destruction, Mortis actually destroyed 17 buildings and only lost 4. 7 conversions for Alexander. There's the army high. Eco. And yeah, and this is telling right here. Just look at the resources collected. Double the wood, a little more food. Actually, Mortis took a little bit more gold and substantially more stone. But I mean, he just ran away with this. And you look at the total number of resources collected. Alexander's just above him the entire game. And substantially so. At, basically by the time they both hit castle. Even late feudal, the gap spread. Relic gold, Alexander getting 1,000, actually a little over 1,000 gold from 2 relics. Here's your technologies, your uptimes. 10.5 to 13. And then this was a bit closer. Mortis actually into castle a minute ahead of Alexander. And then Alexander hitting Imperial at 32 minutes. They both explored the exact same amount of the map. Take a look at the technology counts though. Alexander having a substantially higher percentage. And here are your society counts, your max villagers, the fishing ships 20 to 8, and 3 to 2 castles. And I want to go back and take a look at that. Yeah, Alexander just had also much better food. Well, he had a little bit more food. The wood was substantially higher, but he was able to sustain a really good fishing eco. And I think that kind of helped. So, that's going to do it for this set. I'm going to take a couple minute break, and then we're going to come back and do our second set. So enjoy the intro screen, and I'm going to step away momentarily, be back in a few. Okay, we're back. Let's go ahead and get set 2 up. And it is going to be between NOPE1585 and Flying Mouse. And these players are also a little bit lower in elo compared to a lot of the other players in the tournament. Flying Mouse is the higher seed. Nope actually has a 5% handicap this round. So we'll keep that in mind. And let's go ahead and take a look at the Civ draft and map draft. Let's take a look at the map draft first. So, Chandelar Lake, of course, map of the round. And Flying Mouse discards Yukon Gold Rush, Utqiagvik, and Kodiak. Nope discards Columbia, Denali, and Kenai Peninsula. And that leaves Chena Hot Springs as the remaining map, so that will be for Game 2. And I'm excited for that because I actually have not been able to cast a game on Chena Hot Springs yet. So this will be the first one that I do that for. And let's go ahead and take a look at their Civ draft real quick. Flying Mouse bans the Bengalis, the Armenians, and the Cumans. Nope bans the Georgians, the Goths, and the Hindustanics. Interesting choices. Definitely interesting. Alright. Let's go ahead and get the first game pulled up on Chandelar Lake, of course. Alright, here we go. Alright, there we are. And this is the summer version of Chandelar Lake. This is if you've seen in the Discord, I actually posted about this. This map has a 50% chance of being summer version and a 50% chance of being the winter version, yet all but one. Actually, out of the first 7 games, I'll say it this way, out of the first 7 games, every single one of them was on the winter version that ended up being cast. And then the first time we saw the summer version was, I believe, last night. And then, of course, the one earlier was on the winter version, and this one, here we are back on the summer. Let's go ahead and get the game rolling real quick. We have Flying Mouse in blue as the Japanese, and we have Nope in teal as the Magyars. Haven't seen the Magyars yet. I'm excited for that. Japanese, for some reason, seem to be very popular on this map, and I think it's an even better deal if you get them on the summer version. Interesting configuration of the lake here. Of course, the lake shaped like a boomerang. Now, on the summer version, there are a few differences in the way the map plays. Number 1, obviously, the lake is not frozen. That means you can dock, you can sail, you cannot walk on the water. And, obviously, of course, you're not building any mills on the water. So, this is a true hybrid map. You can have naval combat and land combat, and again, players are positioned quite aggressively.
Yes.
So they had a couple issues with communication, perhaps. Looks like they got it kind of worked out. Aggressive but wallable, and it's easier to wall the map on the winter more effectively. Or on the summer, rather, because you just wall to the water and across, and then you force your opponent to break down the walls or go all the way around the outer edge of the lake, or actually load up transport ships and drop, which would actually be a really good tactic if you had transport ships and just sailed them around. But it's probably just easier to have your units go on land around the outer edge of the lake. Whereas on the winter version, units can just pass over the ice and easily get around any walls that you put up. They cannot on the summer version. So they actually have to take the long way around. Although the advantage of that is it gives you perhaps a sneak opportunity against your opponent. Now, Magyars, cavalry. Japanese have seen a couple different things. I mean, you can definitely go samurai infantry. We've actually seen a lot of cav archers from the Japanese on this map. Now, to be fair, just about every time I've seen the Japanese played on this map, it's been on the winter version. But Japanese are going to get the fishing bonus, and I think it's even better with the fishing ships when they're sailing. So I think it's amplified for the summer version. Okay, we got some woodcutters back over here. I think I'm gonna start changing up the music a little bit after today. I need to sit and kind of build a playlist and randomize it a little bit better. What do we have over here? Oh, it's the eagle, and is flying. Holy cow, he is! Look at that! Flying mouse actually goes and takes these. I'm totally sure what the point of that was. He actually takes these geese and is sending them around the outer edge of the lake. Effectively steal them. Careful of the bear, because the bear will chase military units. Well, I think he's just running by. He got away with it there. You could lame. So, obviously on the summer version, because you're not going to have bears on ice, the bears are located inland. You've basically got one here, and it looks like we're going to have a hunt. Let's watch this and see. You're going to need to be able to hunt a lot faster than that, because your villagers... Ooh, he got it, and he got away with that. He's got 3 HP. And he hunts the bear. Second one over here. And then for flying mouse, he's got one here. And... okay, well that would be his second one. His first one is actually over here, and he's hunted it. Clean hunts. No villagers have died to any bears yet. Hopefully it'll stay that way. These food bears are really tough. Some people have said they might be a little bit too tough. They add a nice element, but I think the combination of the sheer power plus the fact that they chase makes it tough. They are on defensive stance, so they won't chase you across the map, but they will chase you several tiles before turning around and just going back to whatever they're doing, or just standing in place or walking around, or doing whatever, you know, doing bear things. Flying mouse is clicked up to feudal, and yes, I like to see this. Yeah, he's investing into his fishing eco. Gonna take advantage of that. Alright, Nope is clicked up as well. He's about 20 seconds behind. Now the question is, where are those... did those geese already make it all the way around the lake? Oh, no, they're right here. So he never ended up moving them far beyond that. Well, that means Nope can't have him, so I guess in that regard, it's fine. But if you control him, I'd just bring him around and... yeah, I don't know. Take him instead of just sitting there. Use him to scout, check out the outer edge of the lake, see what's out there and if it's worth going to. In this generation, the outer edge of the lake actually seems close to the edge of the map, so there's not really a lot of room to do stuff over here. And in some cases we've seen a lot of room for land, but not really on this one. Alright, both players have hit feudal. We have flying mouse going for men-at-arms. He's getting double bit axe. Nope already is forging. Oh no, you know what? You get those for free. That's why. You get it for free. That's a Magyar bonus. And Eagle up here harassing some hunters. Resource collection's close. Flying mouse actually is, he's got a pretty... he's got a pretty low idle TC time, and that's not bad. 9 seconds, 29 seconds for Nope. That isn't terrible. But take a look over here. We've got men-at-arms that are harassing some villagers. And yeah, he could get around that right there, but it'd be tough. Eagle's helping out a little bit. And yeah, that's in now. Go for those villagers. He could do so. And yeah, here's the other eagle. Now we have a scout. And it drops pretty quickly. Men-at-arms coming up. And yeah, he's really trying to get this walled off quickly. And he does. Just needs to be careful to not overchop. But they're going to try to cut down the palisade wall. So Nope does go on water and builds fishing ships as well, but it looks like Flying Mouse actually is a fire galley to harass. Oh, and there's the first. Yep. 2 fishing ships go down. Or was it 1 and a villager? I think it was actually 1 and a villager. So the villager must have gone down up here. Yeah, a couple more fishing ships going down. Yeah. And that's going to be a bit disruptive for Nope. They break through. And he deletes a building here so that his villagers can retreat to safety of the town center. And looks like he's going to try to get in up here again. May have a little more luck this time. These men-at-arms are really taking this house down pretty quick. And looks like we've got a couple quick walls behind it. They're in. They could take that pretty quickly. Oh, and he has an archer in the mix. He's got a couple archers to harass. Oh, yep. Villager goes down. 7 eco units that he's killed. Oh, but take a look up here. Nope, getting some action of his own. He's got scouts up here. Kills a villager. That's the first of Flying Mouse's eco units to go down. Scout goes down, but he's got quite a few more up here. So let's see what's going on. Yeah. Spearman goes down. Flying Mouse disrupted up here. Now you can definitely make it in just by going around here. I don't know if he notices that or not. Just kind of taking the house, you know. It's giving Flying Mouse enough time to send up units, but a single spearman isn't going to do it. Gonna need more than that. And looks like he did take 1 scout with him. But just, yeah, there we go. Just go around. Yeah, now Nope is in on the, on Flying Mouse's wood line. And villagers fighting back, and it costs 1 of them their lives. Costs 2 of them their lives. And he actually does take the scout down. Spearman hacks that one. And Flying Mouse cleans that up, gets back to work. The other scouts look like they have pulled back, but they're coming back forward, I think. Oh yeah, look at that. That archer's ripe for the picking. Down he goes. Nope, with his own archers and a few skirmishers. And we got a market coming up over here. Flying Mouse has clicked up to castle. And we have padded archer armor and fletching coming in for him. Meanwhile, Nope doesn't have any upgrades for his archers or skirmishers. Men-at-Arms under attack. Yeah, now take a look at this. Nope is being taken pretty much completely off of water. All his fishing ships are down. And he's clicked up the castle, by the way. And this dock is being burned. And I don't see any other foothold that Nope can have on water. You'd have to rebuild. But Flying Mouse controls the lake. So I imagine it's going to be difficult for Nope to re-establish on water. If he chooses to do so, he may not even bother. He might say, "Nah, I'm not worried about the fish, I've got the farms." There isn't a whole lot of wood on the map. I mean, there's not a shortage of it, but the game goes long enough, you do have the potential to run short on wood and have to go long distances to be able to continue that. That's like most maps, though. We have an upgrade to Crossbowman, Bodkin Arrow, and Wheelbarrow for Flying Mouse. Nope is still about 40 seconds away from hitting Castle. He's getting Scale Barding Armor, and I imagine once he hits the Castle, we'll see an upgrade to Chain Barding Armor. And of course, he's going to get a free upgrade to Iron Casting. What do we have here? Crossbowman. Crossbowman, Man-at-Arms, and oh my gosh, that was a bit of a massacre right there. A couple villagers died right on their farms. Yeah, free upgrade to Blast Furnace, Iron Casting. But Flying Mouse putting some pressure on home base here, and there's really nothing out in this area. Town center range protects the farms, but so Flying Mouse could take these units and come down and just hit all of these villagers. It's true they'd be able to garrison. Massacre up here, though. And don't even worry about breaking into the walls. The crossbowman can shoot over the walls, the buildings, stuff like that. Going for the barracks. He's got a mangonel with him, and a couple spearmen. And here are the archers and skirmishers. And now we have heavy cav from the Magyars. I'd like to see him get chain barding armor. And yeah, monks are going to be weak to conversions. Yep, got one. I'm sorry, knights are going to be weak to conversions, and the monk did get one. Mangonel cleaning up down here a bit. Those knights get cleaned up pretty quickly too, so that was... I don't think Flying Mouse lost much there. So, quite a setback there for Nope. And these archers are just, or crossbowmen are just moving forward. Upgrade to light cav. I'm still waiting to see chain barding armor. Your knights went down that easily. Get the armor upgrade. You're getting the attack upgrades for free. So I don't see any reason not to invest in the defense upgrade. Very, very aggressive castle drop from Flying Mouse. And I imagine if this goes up, this game is not going to last much longer. Another villager goes down, so it's 16 vill kills, and he's lost only 4 of his own. Mix of light and heavy cav from Nope here. We've got the knights. Oh, he calls the GG right there. Oh, wow. He calls it there. That was... I don't know. Yeah, probably this castle could be stopped. It's got a substantial group of crossbowmen there to attack anything that comes its way. The light cav, and I don't think he has enough of any other military units. Even heavy cav would not be able to stop all of that plus all of that. I think there was just way too much disruption up here. I mean, he lost a lot of villagers up here. He lost several villagers here on his farms. First game goes to Flying Mouse. Take a look. 51 to 24 is the overall kill to death. 17 to 4 for the eco units. And idle TC time was right about the same for both players. A little bit different idle eco percentages. Idle TC time. I may have said idle eco time. And I meant idle TC time. Idle eco percentages are a bit different. But not a super wide spread. Most created units, 25 crossbowmen compared to 16 light cav for Nope. And let's take a look at the deeper stats. Double the military score, almost. It's about a 70% higher eco score. Technology score is a bit higher as well, and yeah, that's a very commanding victory for Flying Mouse. Military-wise, over 2-to-1 kill to death. We talked about the eco as well. Its raised to destruction was 6-0. Flying Mouse also did get 1 conversion, and the army high 31-18. And yeah, the entire way, Flying Mouse just had more military units on the board at every given time. Did lose some here in the fight, but he was able to knock enough of Nopes down to where he was really not able to stop that castle. And you can see this right here. They're fairly close throughout. Up to here, kind of mid-late feudal, and Flying Mouse just starts moving ahead the higher collection rate and really outpaces Nope on resource collection. Times 20-second difference, little more than 1 minute difference there. Map exploration, 43% is quite low. I want to take a look at that too. There's your research counts, of course. Nope. Is lower percentage and total count. But 63% is not super high to begin with, but 43%. Let's see what he saw. Yeah, never saw the outer edge of the map. Or, well, yeah, outer edge up here. Never saw the outer edge of the lake, and really actually didn't even venture far with water. Wonder if he might have been a little bit safer coming down to the outer. Maybe if he'd set up his dock over here. I don't know. Chances are Flying Mouse would have found it. And then if you take a look at what he saw, yeah, he probably would have found it over here, but this was safe. Flying Mouse never discovered any of this. And up here. And over here. So really I'm seeing that the outer edge of the lake and the land along it tends to get overlooked very frequently on this map. Back to the stats, let's look at the society score. Oh, no relics. Okay. 55-43, 16-5 for fishing ships. And then no castles ever were completed, so neither player gets any points for any of that there. Alright, let's go on to game 2. And that is going to be on China Hot Springs. I'm excited to see this. Alright, let's pause. This is the first time I've cast this map. This was made by Sing Sing, or I'm not 100% sure how to say it right. Sing Sing, Xing Xing. It was Chinese. I apologize if I mispronounced the name or didn't get it right either time. If I did, then kudos to me for either being really smart or really lucky. Because I am not sure. I know they're from China. We have a lot of European players in the league. And we get some people from North America, some South America. Really don't, that I'm aware of, have many people from Asia that participate. I think there are a few. But that participate in the league. And this is the first time they've ever made a map for us. And this is a beautiful map. And it is very unique. On this map, it is a nomad start, but it is not a true traditional nomad. So all of your villagers generally start together on one side of the map. And you get a starting dock on a hot spring. So, Nope up here in teal as the Italians, and Flying Mouse is in blue on the southern half as the Spanish. So you get your docks, and then your villagers actually start on the creek. You get villagers and a goose and a horse. This is your scout. Because your villagers don't have a building to garrison in, you can't have a scout with attack power, so you get a horse that can't attack but it can explore for you. And then the majority of the villagers start over here, and you get a few extra geese. And then of course Nope's unit's largely the same up here. Villagers, some geese, and more villagers and a horse. Hot springs, some lakes, some trees. This is fairly open. These shallows are passable. I believe they are wallable, but I don't think you can put just any building. I think you're limited as to what you can put. The creek runs the entire length of the map. You have a wide open area of it here, and then in the other corner is forest. Alright, here we go. It is a nomad start, meaning you do need to place a town center. But generally what people do, they just pull their villagers away from the creek and set up a town center, and boom. So it is a nomad start, but it is, I would not call this a true nomad map. It's semi-nomad, because you do have to choose a starting location for your town center. And you have the nomad resource start. But it doesn't play. You don't have stuff scattered all over the place trying to find a location with the right set of resources, because you know you have everything you need on your side. It's just you get the flexibility to set your starting TC exactly where you want to. So it's a semi-nomadic map. It's not true nomad. So, Italians versus Spanish, good matchup. I like the Spanish a little bit better in this case. Conquistadors are just really good, but the Italians are good too. You have the choice of Condottiero or Genoese crossbowmen, or both. Gunpowder units for the Spanish. I believe the Italians get access to them as well. Well, I know the Italians get access to gunpowder. I don't know if they get access to all of them, the same ones that the Spanish get. Obviously not Conquistadors, given that that's the Spanish unique unit. But this will be a good matchup, I think. So Flying Mouse actually stocks up, loads all of his geese by his town center, but I like this location. He's got wood on two sides, he's not too far from stone and gold, and plenty of deer right here to be able to hunt. Excuse me, Barry's not far away. And you get some piles of fish in the hot spring. You get a group of deep water fish, and then I believe you get 3 groups of shore fish. So, your dock, it's nice to start with, and you can get some fishing to kind of get your eco up and running. But there's no purpose to it once you run out of fish. It's just you start with the dock, and I think that's because people, you know, representative of the hot spring, you'd walk down into the water, take a bath, and get back up on the dock, and is my guess as to this. But yeah, here you go, shore fish, shore fish, shore fish, and deep water fish. And actually, it looks like Nope has just used up all of his deep water fish. And so is Flying Mouse, collecting shorefish now. Loom for Nope. And does Flying Mouse have it yet? He does not. Okay. But yeah, good choice to set up the mining camp here, and this is really good placement of the stone and gold. Close by, you can use one mining camp for both, and we have Nope clicking up to feudal early. Let's see, yeah. Nope also has good location for stone and gold together right there. So a good place for a mining camp back here as well, and right there, if he chooses to. Here, and the stone and gold over here, more separated, and over here a little more separated too. But good arrangements. Yep, we have Flying Mouse clicked up too. He's about 50 seconds behind Nope. Going up. Relics. Let's take a look real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Okay. Yep. So they actually slightly favor Flying Mouse here because he's got 3 on his side, and compared to 2 on Nope's side, but that 5th relic placement, it's never, well, okay, it's not never, but it's rarely 100% balanced when it comes to relic placements. But that isn't too bad. This one's close enough on the edge that Nope probably would not have much difficulty to get across. Take it if you really wanted to. Alright, both players have hit feudal, and we have, double bit axe for Nope. Loom only now for Flying Mouse. Is getting Loom late, but with enough separation, because there's not really too much to worry about. There are no bears on this map, so players don't have to worry about getting hunted by what they're trying to hunt. So to speak. The hunter becomes the hunted. Not on this map. You don't have to worry about that. Unless there's like a zombie apocalypse where that affects the deer, so you have like zombie deer apocalypse. Different story, but this is Age of Empires, not Age of Zombies. Both players clicked up to castle, and this time it's Flying Mouse that's ahead. This time by about 25 seconds. Oh! Oh, okay, yeah, no, he just deleted him. I was about to say, what in the world? But yeah, all the fish is gone, so he deletes it. All his fishing ships. To free up some pop space. And Flying Mouse has a little bit of fish left from this group. And I imagine he'll do the same thing. Oh, take a look here. We have scouts. And the scouts are going straight for the stone and gold. And... oh, yikes. Nope, he chases him off, though. Wow, okay. And, yeah, I would not dive that TC garrison, and he'll lose those scouts pretty fast. Now they're going out on the river, so look at this. Flying Mouse is actually docked on the far side of the river. Relative to his base. And we have villagers, I believe we're cast netting. There's the first. Yep, Vil goes down. Spearman working on the scouts. Second Vil goes down. Those are the first 2 kills of the game. Alright, Nope hits castle now. So both players are up into castle age. And I'm kind of wondering what these scouts are doing. And we have a second TC getting set up here. And Flying Mouse with a very aggressive castle, taking this stone and gold and putting the town center in range. Wow. And I'm not sure, this is right on the edge of the line of sight. I mean, he's explored, but he may not have visibility on the area. So, I don't think he's gonna have sight on this castle going up. Well, he certainly knows now. The town center getting arrow fire. Bow saw for both players. It hits for Nope, and it is 20 seconds out for Flying Mouse here. Flying Mouse lost a non-eco unit, so probably a military of something. Was it maybe a spearman, or maybe it was the scout? I don't know. Here's an archer. No, that's Flying Mouse's scout right there, so yeah. It must have been like a spearman or something like that. And yeah, I mean, that fast, this TC is already down to half HP. And Flying Mouse just helps himself to what was Nope's gold before the castle. And there's a good group of stone right there too. Now we have a siege workshop, and we have conquistadors, and the conquistadors are committing war crimes on the wood line. And there's archers. Archers are not going to stop the conquistadors or the conky donkeys. Yeah, and well, his second TC's far back, and he's got a lot on stone, probably to try to get some defenses up, and gold back here. But question is he going to be able to come up with an answer that is going to push Flying Mouse back and take some of this down? Yeah, well, that TC goes down, and the Mangonel is working on the archery range, stable, barracks, bunch of houses, other stuff that he will probably have little trouble cleaning up. And there's a monastery. He's getting monks. So is it possible maybe he's going for the relics? He's got... No, he doesn't have any over here. Yep, so no relics have been taken by either player so far. So maybe we're gonna see some monks actually used for conversions, or maybe healing or something like that. But the Mangonel is up here at this back TC. Crossbowmen and the conquistadors do need to be careful against crossbowmen. However, no blacksmith upgrades for either player, so they're not going to be all that. And oh, that was... Now he pulled it back. It's got 3/4 of its health. That's okay. Yeah, Mangonel's just starting to take these buildings down. And are the villagers coming over and attacking the Mangonel? Yes, they are, but the conquistadors are going to pick them off. The Mangonel actually will go down, but that leaves these exposed. The conquis actually survive and come back for healing. Mangonel and battering ram to take down some of these buildings. We're getting more conquistadors. And another... Nope, that's a market. Crossbowman goes down. And yeah, just with these, Nope is under a ton of pressure. The kill to death ratio is 13 to 4. 5 to 2 for the eco units. There's a knight, and that knight is in danger of getting converted. He's trying to snipe the Mangonel, and nope. And he goes down, I'm guessing, to the conquistadors. Defensive castle coming up, but with these two Mangonels... Oh! Oh! He got all of those crossbowmen, and he's just flattening these villagers, so he actually... Ouch! I mean, oh my gosh. These villagers, I mean, this is a war crime, and yeah, right there, Nope calls the GG. I mean, that's a lot of villagers lost. Yep. So that was very fast. There we go, Flying Mouse sweeps. And he had actually just gotten redemption. Interesting. Just as the game ended, he got redemption. And if you take a look here, Flying Mouse, 1 minute and 10 seconds of idle TC time, and he was 1 TC all in. And 1.9% idle eco, a lot more for Nope, but he was under a lot of pressure, which explains that. They're 40-4 and 24-2. Those are your kill to death and eco, respectively. Most created units are 16 crossbowmen for Nope, and only 5 conquistador for Flying Mouse, but only 5 were needed to finish the job. Take a look at the stats here real quick. Alright, 604 to only 95 for the military score, so yeah, that's telling you the tough time that Nope had, being able to really do anything about the aggression that Flying Mouse was showing. Double the eco score, a little over, and technology scores were actually fairly close, and society score for Flying Mouse having 1 castle, and that's the overall ending score. Military, 10-1, and it was 12-1 for eco units. Race to destruction, 4-0. No conversions. And the army high was actually quite close, 14-13. Eco. More resources collected, a fair bit more wood, food was closer, gold was 500 or so apart, and the stone, actually, Nope collected more stone. Never got a castle out of it, though. See that there, with Flying Mouse just a little bit ahead throughout most of that. Then they actually kind of merged a bit, but then, yeah, as the aggression continues, Nope starts to taper off, and Flying Mouse, helping himself to Nope's gold and stone on the other side of the river there, starts to run away with it. Alright, here are your times. 50-second difference in the feudal, and 24-second difference in the castle. Neither player ever went for Imperial. Exploration very high for both players. And your total research count, not really expected to be. Expected to be very high there. In as short of the game as it was. Alright, and yeah, this set actually ended up being a lot faster, and I'm thankful for that, because it's late, I'm tired. I'm not losing my voice quite as bad, but that first set was extremely long. Really entertaining, had some really great games. But that was a definite long set. Alright, folks, and that's going to do it for tonight. Hope you enjoyed the games. I say I'll probably take a break tomorrow, and then I'll be like, no, you know what? I've got the entire day off. I've got time to do stuff. Sit and cast. But I really want to see, I want to see Tech cast a couple games, if he can. I'd like to see Hyder return. I know he's got a lot going on, so probably. I think after the end of this week, he said he'd be available to cast some more games. But yeah, I've done the most so far. But and I'm not saying that to brag. I've had the opportunity to, and I've been enjoying it. But I'd really like to see our other casters be able to take some games, and they're really talented at what they do, and could provide some really good content as well. So hope to see that. I'll make a determination if I'm going to cast any tomorrow. Chances are I will. I think we're down to only 2 sets remaining that need to be casted, and then we're all caught up. But yeah, folks, I'm done for tonight. It's almost midnight. We've been going over 2 hours. And I am starting again to lose my voice a little bit. Alright, folks. That's going to do it for tonight. Hope you enjoyed. To Nope, Flying Mouse, and from our first set, Alexander, and let's make sure I have the right one. Yep, Alexander and Mortis. Thank you all for the games. Congrats to our winners for earning points in the league. And I wish all 4 of them the best of luck in the rest of the tournament. Hope you all enjoyed the cast. I look forward to returning soon. Until then, folks, take care, stay safe, and we'll see ya.
You make me